guys, we are back for another Dokkan battle video. So the Christmas celebration for both Global and JP is going on right now. And one of the things they do every Christmas is they give us another red and blue stone. Now, for a while, I mean, the red and blue stone characters were like decent. There were spots you could use some of these units and stuff like that. I do think that 7th anniversary power creep, for the most part, has kind of taken away the viability of most of these characters in here. I mean, if we take a look at it, because it's just like, it's very, how do I explain it? Like, characters that are good for Red Zone destroy everything else in the game so thoroughly that you really can literally, at this point, I think, just say only Red Zone matters. Because if a character destroys Red Zone, everything else goes down for free without trying, right? So it's like characters that can't compete in Red Zone just basically don't even matter anymore, right? You're talking about niche, like, you know, low-class warrior mission for the GT Legendary Goku event, right? Or, you know, in the future, like, Connected Hope Super Battle Road, right? Just things like that. But many of the, you know, just, like, normal teams and stuff like that, it's like you gotta be Red Zone viable nowadays. It's how it is. I mean, it's a gacha game. Power creep exists. Dokkan is not the only game ever that's had power creep, right? So, we have a blue stone and a red stone. I guess we'll start with the red stone since that's the free-to-play one. The blue one you have to buy, right? So we can start with the red zone, or with the red stone. Now, I did pull it up here. Let me switch over. I think it'll be a little bit easier potentially for us to take a look at this here. So, Redstone, there's 43 characters, all right? These guys all suck. I think burst mode potentially could make some characters like this, like, relevant. Like, maybe if it's like you've got all these characters, but you don't have, like, an Ultimate Gohan, maybe he could be useful for something, right? Because it's like, if we look at that Kaioken Goku burst mode, I mean, certainly there was characters like the STR Namek Goku, but, like, I'm talking about this STR Namek Goku. This guy right here, right, was, like, you know, okay in that Kaioken Goku burst mode, because the Vegeta attacks so infrequently that maybe you could have Vegeta kill him, right? And then remember, you know, basically the one thing this Goku does is that he survives KO attacks, right? So it's like that. This guy actually could be sort of effective there. So it's like, if there's, like, a character here you don't have, like, sure, grab them. I mean, these units are pretty rare on banners nowadays. I mean, they are pretty bad, so it's not surprising. You know, maybe during, like, Worldwide Download Celebration, you know, with your Memorial Dragon Stones, you can get them. But even a character like Int Janemba was so good for so long. Everyone, like, Guard is really strong. It's definitely one of the strongest things that there is, right? Everyone, like, just points their finger at Tech Ultimate Gohan, like, oh, you're the reason that, like, you know, they are oftentimes weird with Guard characters nowadays. It's not only him. Int Janemba was, I mean, Int Janemba was probably the best. Actually, was Int Janemba the best EZA ever on release? Ever? I don't know. LR Goku Black and Zamasu felt really strong when they first came out. I don't know. Int Janemba's up there. He's one of the strongest EZAs ever. He was good for years as just an EZA character. But, you know, it's now, after 7th anniversary in Red Zone, it's like he guards, but he just doesn't have defense, right? It's not enough anymore that you have damage reduction or you have guard. You have to have guard and defense, damage reduction and defense and dodge, right? You have to have multiple things. Janemba guards, but he just doesn't have the raw defense to compete really anymore. A lot of these characters, I mean, these are sub-EZAs. Like, none of these units could compete, right? Like, not at all. This guy's a support, I guess. I mean, this guy could stun for Super Battle Road. This guy, I mean, it was on the Bojack burst mode, which comes out in a couple of days. This guy was on that banner, so maybe he'll be useful for that, I guess. Yeah, just a lot of these characters are all worthless. This Goten, I guess, was okay for burst mode. This Khalifa could dodge, at least. This Poe could dodge. Topo was really good on release, but that was, you know, 2.5 years ago. These guys can stack, I guess. Pycon sucks. Super Boo sucks. I mean, this Vegeta was, like, okay. I mean, listen. I don't want to be that guy, but I look at this roster and it's like, maybe you want to grab Tech Super Boo, I guess, or something. You don't have him, or you might just want to grab the Elder Kai. Like, if you're gonna get something, you probably just want to grab the Elder Kai. I don't think a lot of these characters really have just the value that's worth it. I don't really see where you're gonna use a lot of these guys almost anywhere, right? It's maybe just about collection, right? Like, oh, I don't have Tech Beerus because he hasn't been on an actual banner in 500 years, right? So it would be something. It really would be something like that, right? Like you're just sort of filling in like the gaps in your box. Really bad. I mean, they could do better than this. I think they could at least have banner units from 2021, right? Like, okay, so if they had this Piccolo, right? If this Piccolo was on there, like, that doesn't even matter, right? It's like, oh, wow, oh my god, Tech Piccolo, he's so crazy, right? Like, no, he sucks. No. So, I don't know. I would say just grab the Elder Kai. All right, let's look at the Bluestone list. Now, I'm sure I'm sure this is going to be way better. All right, let's take a look. So, we have the 120% lead Easy A's. Now, I know many people are very, very fond of characters like this, and I certainly think you could take some of these units, SDR Super Saiyan 4 Goku on the right setup could probably do okay. Super 17 is the best by far in this, 7th anniversary meta. Physical VB could probably do a little bit, but it's like these guys just, they're just not good enough these days. Their link set is really powerful. You're a support. This guy could do damage, but even normals probably are going to penetrate. Because what does he have? 30% damage reduction against normal attacks? That's what Physical Vegito Blue has. But AGL Super Vegito, who has 80%, he can take like 30k from some of those normals, right? Although, if this guy super attacks first, he'll have much higher defense. Yeah, it's crazy. This guy was so crazy on release. And look at how, like, basic his passive is. It's just, like, 2 lines, right? Like, so there's that. What's the most recent super physical character that has Fierce Battle right here? Limit Breaker Super Saiyan 4. Yeah, look the difference in passives, man. They become these novels. All right, yeah, Physical VV, I wouldn't really recommend. The only character here of all these 120% leaders is Super 17. SDR Janemba, you could get super lucky and he just dodges everything. It could happen. Physical Final Form Cooler, I guess. I mean, he's got really good links, but, like, LR Final Form Cooler's in contention for best unit in the game, so, this guy doesn't really matter too much. Kid Buu, Super Saiyan 3 Broly, like, these guys are all dead. All dead. All right. So then we have the sub, leaders here. Blue Kaioken, Tech Golden Frieza, Blue Vegeta, Perfect Cell, and then Physical Goku Black. Yep, all worthless. No. Tech Golden Frieza's okay. Like, I've done some Red Zone no item runs with him. Because again, defensive characters age better, right? That's why Super 17 and Tech Golden Frieza are the best 2 on here, because all these other characters just get completely blasted, right? One attack aimed at them and you've lost. You had this really long, amazing run, awesome, but you're trying to prove a point and you brought Physical Vegito Blue and he gets one-shotted. Oh, well, too bad, right? Like, you just want to bring the defensive characters a lot. Yeah, I mean, the rest of these guys are just not, like, a lot of these guys weren't even crazy on release, right? Like, this guy on JP, I feel like he was never really that good. Remember, he's stronger on global with the key to extreme class units, but yeah, very bizarre. All right, we have the original 70% leaders. I mean, they're obviously all dead as well. This guy could stack. HL Super Vegito, you could, Red Zone hit so hard that, like, even his damage reduction, like, you could kind of use him a little bit, but you have to be careful, right? Once you get to, like, an Omega level enemy in terms of normals, this guy's taking damage now, right? These characters are mostly fodder. Yeah, nothing really too crazy. Hello there, buddy. Okay. AGL Golden Frieza. Now, he's actually, like, top tier. Uh, yeah, AGL Golden Frieza is actually quite good. Okay, that's funny. Because, I mean, the thing with AGL Golden Frieza, I mean, it's just like he's just never going to age. Like, this guy is actually probably just going to be decent or useful forever. Where is he? Here he is right here. Because 90% damage reduction, I mean, it's. Dude, the enemy is going to have to do 10 million damage to him to do damage to you, right? Like, it's just. That 90% damage reduction is crazy. And a 40% HP like restriction, that's not that bad, right? It's really not. And especially if you give him full dodge, right? Then it's like even if, maybe your HP restriction goes below, you give him full dodge, there's only one attack, he dodges it, and you're still good, right? I like this AGL Golden Frieza. It's funny. This is the best character right now available, I think, with either the blue or the red stone. Crazy that this guy, they knew. These pieces of shit. Was he a redstone character before, AGL Golden Frieza? Am I crazy, or was he a redstone character? Can I look this up? I think the Dokkan Wiki could show us. Oh, dude, I've seen the page before. Might be... Damn, dude, there's a page in here that I've seen that kind of, like, goes over... Maybe if we go to, like, the treasures, and I could just, like, click... Yeah. Oh, brother, I'm gonna be looking for 10 years. Alright, I guess, whatever. I swear that at some point in the past... Oh. Was he? I guess I'm crazy. I guess he wasn't available at the Redstone. Okay. Okay, because in my head, I vaguely felt like he was available with the Redstone before. That would have been so crazy if they're like, oh yeah, this guy is actually like still super good. Okay, we'll just make him, we'll just make him a Bluestone unit now. No, he's been Bluestone for a while. Okay, I'm just an idiot. Never mind me. Yeah, the last 5 Bluestones he's been available with. Yeah. Okay. And yes, I mean that's he is the go-to of all the characters here on either stones. I think AGL Golden Freeze is probably the most solid, and of course he works incredibly well, right, on Final Form Cooler's team and stuff like that. I mean he can do an impersonation of what LR Golden. Well, I mean, LR Golden Freeze's defense tapers out, but he does obviously a bajillion, zillion, trillion more damage than this EZA Frieza. But I don't know. Grab the Elder Kais or AGL Golden Frieza. I guess I do this long video and it doesn't even really matter because like now so many of these the thing is, right, you guys got to understand, like, characters are not going to be good forever, right? Like, I know it seems crazy. These guys, they're about to hit 2 years since they 2 years since they EZA'd, right? It's like characters are solid on release, but you can't expect characters to be good 2 years later, and that's what a lot of these guys are. At this point, these are pretty much just stones for collection purposes for people who don't have some of these units, because some of these guys are harder to obtain, right? Like these characters down here are unfeatured on all banners, but they're decent. But these units pretty much aren't really on banners too often anymore. A lot of these Dokkan Fests, so. Let me know what you guys think about the red and blue stone. Again, probably just Elder Kai's, Super 17, AGL Golden Frieza. Yeah, here, I can't even... I mean, what am I going to tell you? Get Tech PyCon? Like... I mean, you could, I guess. I'd probably see Elder Kai, man. I don't know. Let me know what y'all think. I'm out, man. I'm out.